everyone. Hey, I'm just getting you pulled up here on my laptop so I can see what's happening. Let's see. Make sure we're good to go. Oh, there I am. Okay. Oh yeah, you can see me. Okay. Hi guys. So I wanted to do my weekly live. I think I might have missed a week. I'm not sure. Both of my boys had birthdays. Their birthdays are 5 days apart, 5 days shy of 3 years apart. And so we usually do kind of like, almost like a birthday month, it seems like. So I've had that going on. So I haven't really been here. I have been working on videos. I actually am super excited about 2 of the videos I have filmed. I'm just in the editing process for them. I filmed a day in the life of my gliders and me, and my family, and I also filmed my Amazon favorites. And then I'm finishing with a toy making tutorial thing that I had been working on for literally almost a year. Like, I got the inspiration for the toy. It's a super simple toy, and then I put it in a bag and I set it aside, and almost a year later I started actually putting the toy together, and now I'm finally almost done with the video. So anyway, so today I'm going to do a nail trim, chat with you guys, and I'm going to open a subscription box. I was going to do a live today, and my subscription box was on my front porch from Morgs and Friends. So I'm going to open her subscription box live, as well as do weigh-ins for my gliders. For those of you who have been watching my lives, you may have seen me talk about Balky. Balky's been putting on weight consistently. So I have been really working hard with him on modifying his diet, as well as forcing him to get extra exercise. So I'm really, really hoping that this is going to be a good weigh-in for him. Please. So anyway, we're going to do that and a nail trim. If you're watching this on the replay and you're not watching live, hi, how are you? Thank you for watching on the replay. I love how many people watch on the replay. That really motivates me to keep doing these, because we usually have about 20 people watching live, but like 450 end up watching on the replay, and I love it. So thank you for watching on the replay. In these videos, in these live videos, because it's such a casual, relaxed chat, and usually I know that when I watch these kind of things, I just have it on kind of in the background while I'm doing dishes or whatever. I'm not like on a time crunch. So I figured these would be good videos to add some extra ads in, just to increase my ads revenue. If you want to skip them, totally fine. Just skip away. If you would like to watch just 30 seconds of even just one of the ads, 30 seconds or more, I get paid the same amount. So you can skip it after 30 seconds and I get paid the same as if you watch the whole thing. Especially if it's one of those long ones, please just skip it. Those are annoying. So anyway, if you see those pop up, just let them play. If you want to support me, if not, no biggie. But if you're watching on the replay, that's why. Also, I take this video down after I do it live, let it load, and then I repost it because it takes a long time to fully process to where I can add those breaks in. So, anywho, let's see who's here. Ooh, Marisol's here, Sarah S is here, Venetrox Productions, cool, hello, you were the first one waiting. Dog Person, Caitlin Squishy. Funny thing is, I almost got this trio of sugar gliders once, but got a puppy and my hands were full. It's funny. Hello, hello, hi, hi, hi. Hey, love these casual chats, my faves. Good luck, Balky. Thank you. Hi, guys. Hi. Oh, goodness. Some of my favorite people are here. Let's see. What temperature is safe to take sugar gliders out for a walk in a bonding bag? I'm in Canada. Glad I'm catching this event live. Haven't caught a live in forever. I know it's hard because I don't have a schedule. My life is a little chaotic, and it's too much pressure for me to say, like, I'm going to go live every Tuesday at this time. And then also I figure with people in different time zones, if I can kind of change the day of the week and time of the day a little bit, it helps them have a chance to catch the live. I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll get my act together and have a schedule. But right now, with the way my life is, I do not. The temperature to be you know, it's hard because if they're going to be on you, it depends for how long, and it depends if they're going to be kind of bundled up. If you're going to be kind of bundled up, if it's less than, you know, if the temperature is lower than 60 degrees, I wouldn't take them out for very long. If they're going to be like in your shirt, then that's, you know, obviously your body temperature is going to help keep it warm. If it's much above 85 degrees, I wouldn't take them out for very long either. There's kind of that happy medium temperature there. You also want to make sure that if you're bundled up, like, so say you have them in a bonding scarf like this, and you have a coat on, like a heavy winter coat, and you have it zipped, you need to make sure you give them breathing breaks every few minutes, because gliders have been known to suffocate rarely in that situation if they're in this confined spot for a really long time. So be careful with that. So even if you say, oh, I'm going to bundle up and go for a long walk, might not be the best idea. If it's just going to be like a 10-minute walk and it's moderately, you know, if you're not super cold, then it'll probably be fine. But if you're going to be out and about for a long time, you might not want to do that. Or at least be able to go to your car and warm up every, you know, 20 minutes or 30 minutes or so. Hello, hi. Hi. Yeah, no problem. Okay, let's see. Okay, what do you guys think? Should I open the box next or do the weigh-in nail trim first? Comment below if you want to see the box or if you want to see the nail trim first. Box or nails? Box, box. Box, box. Okay, well, that solves it. We'll open the box. So this is my September box, or no, September. Not September. February Morgs and Friends box. She sends me one every month. So it's a monthly subscription that she offers. You get a discount on your first month subscription if you use my discount code. I have lots of videos about that. Let's see. Let me get you some details here. I'm just pulling up my stuff about the subscription boxes. Okay, so if you sign up for a subscription box, you can go to www.morgsandfriends.com/subscribe. If you use my coupon code, that coupon code is Sugar Glider Diaries 10. So all one word, capital S, Sugar, capital G, Glider, capital D, Diaries, no spaces, and then the number 1 and then 0 for 10% off of your first month subscription box and an extra little gift from me. Okay, so she has 3 different options for the types of boxes. So I'll have you check that out. She also has a Facebook page. So if you type in Morgs and Friends, you should find that very easily to be able to sign up for that subscription box, either through her Facebook links or her website. The website is where you actually sign up for the box, but if you wanted to search it on Facebook and then find the website that way, that might be easier for some of us. All right, okay, so I'm going to open that. I love these subscription boxes for quite a few different reasons. For one, it feels like Christmas every month. And for two, it's a nice amount of variety. And for three, she always has snacks. And so I don't ever have to buy treats because I don't have a ton of gliders. And obviously you shouldn't like overfeed your gliders treats. So I just have like a little container that I put all of these treats in, and they last me for quite a while, and it's like a little variety. Okay. Oh, I was saying that this is the February box, but it's late. It's in March because she had a big issue with the supplies. They were late being delivered to her, so it made the boxes be late. But anyway, this is actually February's box. Cool, little note from Morgan from Morgs and Friends. All right, so in here is a toy kit. She always has cute little flyers and handouts with care instructions and everything. Ooh, interactive hammock. And, ooh, this is, I don't have one of these. This is cool. This is the kit, the toy kit. It looks like a pulley swing or something of some sort. Can you see that? Yeah, you can kind of see it. You stretch closer to you. Okay. All right. So, oh, this is cool. Ooh, and she said that it matched my I have like 4 color schemes. It totally perfectly matches one of them. Cool. So it's a little like, looks like a glow in the dark frisbee. Oh yeah, it is glow in the dark. Huh. And then a little, so you can make this pulley thing. That's cute. And then, ooh, toy box items. Those are neat. I'm always looking for more. Ooh, little, these are different treasure chests. Ooh, that one's a little bit harder to open. Belky will be getting a challenge with that one. That's nice. I think these are like coconut husks. Pretty cool. Little wood pieces. That's neat. All right, toy box items. Let's see what snacks we got. Ooh, so sea links. Organic dried pears. Ooh. I love dried pears personally. Nice. And ooh, so if February was your first month and you used my coupon code, you got one of these little honey jars. This made by Wildflower Honey. This is like a local company that she works through. Super good for anti-inflammatory for your gliders. And then this must be the interactive hammock, which I think I know what this is. And I'm excited about it. Ooh, oh, she knows I love this fabric, so I think she made this just for me. Okay, so yes, I have one of these. I don't know if you're able to see it super good because it is black, but so it has a big hole right here, and you can hang this a few different ways. So you can hang it like this in the cage, and then they pile in and they have this nice deep pocket here, or you can have it go like this, and then it's like a little like, almost like an open environment pouch, but not really because they're actually in there, you know. But it comes with a pulley and interactive charms that you can remove for washing and encourage tail carrying. It's so pretty. I love the colors. This is so perfect for my color schemes. Oh my goodness sake. Awesome! Thank you, Morgan from Morgs and Friends. You're amazing. Okay, let me get to some questions, and then once I get caught up on questions, I will do the nail trim. I am going to be making another video about sugar glider diets. I already made a couple. I made one about the pet glider diet, and I made one just kind of, it was one of my short and sweet episodes, just kind of talking about what gliders need to eat. And yeah, but I will be making another one because I have switched diets. Not because there's anything wrong with TPG, I just switched for other reasons. So I will be making another video about that, but I want to really like have tried it for a while. I don't want to make a video and be like, oh, I've done this for 2 weeks, you know. So I'll just tell you though, because you guys are my extra special friends because you watch my lives. I'm actually feeding the BML kibble with the fresh fruits and vegetables and yogurt once a week. So the fresh fruits and vegetables is daily, and then the yogurt is once a week. And I am loving it. It's so easy. It has exactly the same nutritional value as the regular BML, but none of the work. I mean, you still have to prep the fruits and vegetables, obviously, and like, you know, that kind of thing. But I really, really like it, and I will be making a video about it. Okay, let's see. What diet do you feed your gliders? Because I'm hearing many things about some diets, and I just want to pick a safe diet if you don't mind me answering. Well, I already answered it. Yeah, and one reason why I really like the BML kibble is because I live in a really small town, and sometimes it's hard for me to find the exact things that go into each recipe. You know, so like they call for a precise juice or a precise baby food or precise vitamins. Like I don't have a pet store within an hour driving distance, so I can't just go get the calcium supplements at the pet store. So this is really, really easy because all of the fruits and vegetables I can easily find at my grocery store. And all the vitamins are already included in the kibble, so I don't have to sprinkle vitamins on top. And yeah, I don't have to feel guilty because it's not a downgrade in nutrition, it's just a downgrade in mess and my work. It's easy. So I really like it. My gliders seem to really like it. I already know what's in the box because I subscribe to. Oh, cool. What color scheme did you get for your box, Sarah? Did it look just like this, or was this special for me because she knows that I love this pattern? Opened my box yesterday. It was awesome. I don't know about dried bloodworms. I don't know if you can feed gliders dried bloodworms. I have no idea what those even are. The box is a subscription box from Morgs and Friends. I talked about that before I opened it, but you may have just tuned in. Do you have any storage idea tips for all the glider toys and supplies? Oh, let me tell you, I am borderline obsessed with storage, especially with my glider stuff, and I'm constantly tweaking it and making improvements. One of my biggest tips is to get those little hangers that you can stick onto the back of the door and hang your stuff on the back of the door. So like if you have I mean, obviously I don't know what the layout is in your house, but many of us have like a closet that we keep our stuff in, or a glider room that maybe it's not just for gliders, but it's the room that you keep your gliders in. And there's a door that when it's opened up, you don't really see the back, but that's all storage space. So I use my double doors that go into my glider room. I hang my stuff on those. I also organize my toy making supplies by color scheme because like I said, I have 4 color schemes and I rotate through those color schemes throughout the year because I'm OCD like that and I like it. I actually have a color wheel. Don't laugh at me. So I have them organized by color scheme. I actually, next time I go to Hobby Lobby, I'm going to get some different storage bins because I really like a couple of them that I've gotten, and I want to swap out my current like Charm and C-Link, Mini Link containers for these. I have my chain hanging up. I have the same hooks that I use for the back of the door. I have them hanging so they're draped down from my shelving unit in my glider room, and I have a whole closet full of glider stuff that's nicely organized and it looks very nice. So one of these days I will have to do like a glider room tour that shows all of my storage and all of that stuff. That will be coming, but I have lots of tips. I actually see people's videos and secretly wish that I lived close by to them so I could go over and organize all of their stuff, because when I see charms, like mixed bags of charms, that's like super soothing to me to like sort them into colors. I like it. Anyway, okay. Should you trim nails on gliders that aren't bonded yet? Will it stress them too much and set the bonding trust level back? I started trimming Pika's nails the week that I got her. So I think that it kind of depends on your personality and how familiar you are to nail trimming. Like for her, I filmed a video, and it's been super, super helpful for people. I think almost 7,000 people have watched that video. Because I had her for about a week and she was super not bonded to me and was petrified of me, and I still was able to trim her nails without getting bit. And I had my kids help me film it, and I think it turned out really, really well. So yes, unless that glider is pregnant. If that glider is pregnant, then I would not add any extra stress unless they're getting stuck on their pouches and stuff like that, and it's becoming a health risk. And I'm not an expert, so that's all I'll say on that. But I do know that there's different recommendations for when a glider is pregnant or has a new joey. So I won't be able to answer that, but I know that you would want to look into that more. You buy the BML kibble from White Oak Sugar Gliders. Let me go grab I have a little pamphlet thingy bobby. Hold on. So I just ordered, I ordered a 1 pound bag to try it out and make sure I liked it. Okay, I wasn't on the screen. I was like, did it freeze? Am I live? Okay, so this is what the 4 pound bag looks like. It comes with a scooper, like this. Scoop. It lasts for a year if you don't have it in the fridge, and 2 years if you have it in the fridge. And White Oak Sugar Gliders is the only company that distributes it. You can she has a website and a Facebook page, and you can contact her on either one of them. So you do 1 tablespoon of kibble per glider, and 1 tablespoon of vegetables from the approved BML list, and 1 tablespoon of fruit from the approved BML list. So the vegetables is corn, peas, carrots, and green beans. So which is really nice because you can just get one of those frozen, mixed things that just has corn, peas, carrots, and green beans. And then the fruit is apples, grapes, watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, frozen pitted cherries, and blueberries. And so for my gliders, because I think that what's important, and maybe isn't talked about a lot, and I will talk about this if I do the video, is that you don't want to, I don't know how to put this exactly. So you want them to not fill up exclusively on the fruits and vegetables and not eat the kibble, right? They have to eat both or it's not balanced. They're not getting most of the nutrition if they're not eating the kibble. So you kind of have to experiment around with, you keep the ratio the same. So you do, 1 tablespoon of kibble for your 2 tablespoons of fruit and vegetables. But you don't want to necessarily triple that if your gliders are not eating the kibble. So like my gliders, I've been putting 1 tablespoon of kibble and then the 2 tablespoons of the fruit and vegetables a night, and that seems like about the right amount for my 3. That's 1/3 of what they're saying to put in there. Now every glider is different, and I have 2 girls that are very tiny, so that might be different for your gliders. But what I would say is don't overdo the fruits and vegetables, because then if they fill up on that and they don't eat the kibble, it's kind of like if you, when you have kids and you give them something that they really like, and then you give them some stuff that they like, but they don't like it as much as the other stuff. You don't want to give them so much of the stuff that they really like if you want them to still eat the stuff that they don't like as much. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. I'll find out a better way to say this before I make my video, but yeah. Okay. Do you have any ideas on introducing baby gliders to older ones? I have 3 gliders that are 5 and 6, and then 2 babies that are almost a year old. Should I wait for a certain age or wait for the babies to be? I would say that it depends on the gliders. You're just gonna have to try it. I wouldn't introduce like joeys to adults until they get to more adult size, because typically it's not the age that matters, it's the size of the glider. Every glider is different though, and every situation is different. I do have a video on introductions, so I'll just refer you to that. But if I would say that you could start introducing them if they're a year and then 5 and 6 years. What are your thoughts on the OHPW diet? I think OHPW is fine. HPW that you get from Exotic Nutrition I would not recommend, but OHPW is a great diet. It's hard to hear me? Oh no. Okay, I will try to talk louder. I'm sorry. Is there a website I can buy fleece blankets that I can cut? I don't know of one. I like to buy my fleece in the store so you can really tell the difference in the quality. I don't know of one that you can buy it like online. I'm sorry. I love your color wheel idea. I've done the same thing with my different color scheme. Oh, good. Do your gliders like the BML kibble better than the Happy Glider pellets you used to feed? So as far as, okay, so when I feed it each night, I put the kibble and the fruit and veggies in the same container. So the kibble kind of soaks up the juice from the fruit and veggies, and they do eat it just fine that way. But dry, exclusively dry, they seem to like the Happy Glider pellets a little bit better, although they weren't like crazy about the Happy Glider pellets. It was just in there as like a teeth cleaning thing. So I'm thinking I might start putting the Happy Glider pellets just a little bit, like a little bit of foraging in there just for their teeth, and see if they'll eat that more than just the dry kibble, because I do have some of this dry kibble in the cage. I've seen Pika eat it, but I haven't seen the other 2 eat it, but they're also getting filled up on the staple too, so I don't really know. I always have kibble in the cage and they don't eat much of it. Yeah, they did eat the Happy Glider kibble, and so I'm going to start putting that back in the cage, you know, at least a couple times a week for their teeth. I also try to give mealyworms in the morning a couple times a week, and then on the days that I don't give mealyworms in the morning, I give unsalted pumpkin seeds, because they really have to work to get the insides out of the pumpkin seeds, so I feel like that kind of cleans their teeth. Yeah, apple juice on the kibble, I've heard, and that's what it soaks up the juices from the fruit and they eat it great. So yeah. Okay, good, I'm glad you can hear me. I introduced 2 7-month-old gliders to a 5-year-old glider and it was very successful. Good. Yay! Okay, I'm caught up. What do they eat? Sugar gliders? Okay, so Kathleen, we've been talking about that quite a bit. I do have a couple diet videos, and so I'm going to refer you to those on my main page. One is like a short and sweet kind of generalized what do gliders eat video, and then one I go in depth when I'm making my TPG, and then I will be making another diet once I'm sure that I'm sticking with this diet. I'll make another diet video about that as well. Okay, I'm going to do the nails. I'm nervous to trim Balky's nails not because I'm nervous to actually trim them, but I'm nervous to see how much he weighs. So let me just give you a little rundown on what we've been doing with Balky. Okay, so in November 26th, he weighed 119 grams. On December 9th, he weighed 123 grams. Now keep in mind that right around this time is when Natiri died. That's the only thing that I can think of that was a change. Terry died and he got a new cage. I don't know why a bigger cage would make him fatter. To me, that seemed like it would make him skinnier. But she used to wake up with him before the other ones, and they would forage and they would get first dibs on dinner, and she was actually really chubby. So I don't know what's going on. But anyway, let me keep doing the weights. So, and then on the 18th of December, he was 128 grams. January, he was 132. Mid-January, he was still 132. End of January, he dropped down to 130. Then February, he was up to 136. Then he went down to 133. Then, on the 28th of February, he was 142 grams. And then the other day, I weighed him and he was 140. He lost a couple grams. After 5 days of nightly having him run in the roll around, and so that's if those of you don't know, it's like a thing, you actually take them out of the cage. It's kind of like a wheel. They can explore the house. It's a glider safe hamster ball, but it's not a hamster ball. Don't get a hamster ball. But for lack of a better description, that's basically what it is. I have a whole video on that. He's been using that every night. Well, I think since I had him start, he maybe has missed 2 nights. And then I've been having him run around in that while the girls get up and get first dibs on dinner. So he gets like an extra hour or more of exercise while the girls are getting first dibs on dinner. And then instead of hiding treats around the cage, I've been hiding the favorite veggies and fruit from their BML diet around the cage, so they still get the foraging enrichment, but it's the stuff that he should already be eating instead of treats. So if he hasn't lost weight, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be depressed, is what I'm going to do. So let's see. Let's get this over with. So this is my nail trimming kit. I've talked about this in lots of other videos. I have my scale. I have my nail trimming bag, my tweezers, my trash can for poops, my toilet paper pieces for poops, my mealyworm dish, my styptic powder if I cut the nails too short. I take some of this, and before I even get started, I put a little bit in the lid so that if I trim them too short, I can just easily stick their fingernail in there. My pencil, and that's it. Okay, so now I'm going to put some mealies in my little jar. Not my jar, actually it's a super ugly thing that I made in 1996 for my parents, and they just gave it back to me like a couple years ago. It's like an ugly little troll container. Like a pottery thing, you know. If he hasn't lost weight, or if he's gained weight, or I'm going to have to take him to the vet or something, because it's just too consistent to be gaining that much consistently. You guys have stopped talking. Are you gone? Or are you just listening intently to my story? Okay. So I'm going to tear the scale. The bag weighs 40 grams, so now I have that factored in there. I'm going to weigh Balky first because the anticipation is killing me. I'm going to need you guys to console me if he's gained weight. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Oh, that's Pika. You're just a tiny girl. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys are not gone. I know I actually have tweezers in this because I used to only be able to pick up the mealies with tweezers. Oh gosh, your nails are so sticky. Okay, go in the bag. Let's see. Yay! Okay. Okay, he's 135 grams, you guys. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay. Oh my gosh, Balky, I'm so happy for you, buddy. Good job. Yay. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, all your hard work has paid off, mister. Yes, what a good boy. Say, I'm so skinny. Oh, you don't want your mealies and stuff, and you usually love nail trims because you get mealies. He's been working his little tush off. Oh, I'm so happy. I already put mealies in there, didn't I? Or did I? Oh, I didn't. No wonder he's like, Mom, hello. I'm sorry. I was just so nervous about your weigh-in. I didn't give you any. There. Oh, there we go. That's why he's like, hello, there's always mealies in this bag. That's why I let you trim my nails. Hey, ow. He's bit me. I got so excited, I forgot what I was doing and I didn't hold your head securely, you little poop. Hey. I'm so happy for you, but you're a little poop. Okay. Got his nails, holding him against the table. He's my nipper. He bites me more than any of my other gliders have ever bit me in my life. He doesn't really bite hard, but shoot, it scares me. It actually was a pretty hard one. I don't know if he thought it was a mealy or if he was just mad that I was grabbing his hand. He may have thought my finger was a mealy because he's very treat motivated. He just dug his little claws. They needed a nail trim. I've been letting them run around in the tent. I got the pop-up tent out, and the last 3 nights, maybe even 4 nights, they run around in the tent. I try to do that once a month, but I time it to where they almost need a nail trim because they have so much more fun when their nails are a little bit long, so they can really get a good run around on the tent. Sorry if you guys are asking questions, but I have to focus on this, and then after I'm done with him, I will answer some questions. Oh, I'm so excited that he's lost weight. Because I was starting to get concerned. I was like, this is no bueno. No, my gliders don't really crab when I trim their nails. They just kind of resign themselves to the idea that it's happening. Stella does these little pathetic, like, whines. She kind of goes, but they don't crab at me. Hi, baby boy. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Yes, you're not going to be a fatty. Yay. Yay. Now, if your sisters would gain some weight, I'd be extra happy. I'd be extra happy. Yes, I would be. Put you back in there with them. See if I have any questions. Oh, thank you. That's a relief. So I thought, man, that's a lot of work and that he's doing and I'm doing to make sure that he's doing that work. And if he hadn't lost weight, I was going to be very upset. Because he's been going to the gym. He's been doing the gym and the diet and everything. Okay. Ooh, he left a couple mealies in there. All right, let's see. Who's next? I'll probably do Stella next because she... I'm really hoping that she isn't losing weight because I don't want any of the girls to lose weight. I want them to gain weight and then I want Balky to lose weight. So if she's put on a little bit of weight, I'll be really happy. I'll be just throwing a party. A glider party. Come here, baby girl. Okay. I know. are so sticky. Their nails are so sticky. Well, she's about the same. You're just like one of those girls that no matter what, you always don't gain any weight, huh? She used to be like 90 grams, and now she's 70. And she's been 70, well, she has lost some. In November, she was 76, and now she's 70. And beginning of November, or beginning of December, or beginning of February, she was 77, which was good. And now you're at 70. You little pooper. You need to gain weight. I've been trying to give her avocado treats and corn and mealies. And she's a good eater, like she eats all her treats and stuff, but I don't know. Okay. Yeah, okay, so wheel preference. I have two different kinds of wheels. I have a custom choice cruiser that I've had since I got my original two girls, and I love that wheel. It's held up really, really well. I have no complaints, except I wish that they would make it with a wall mount. My husband modified the floor mount to work as a wall mount, but if you really want a wall mount and you don't have anybody that can modify it for you, then you can't really get a custom cruiser, and I think that they should change that. So I have that, and like I said, my gliders love it. I love the bounce that it has. I love that it's different than the other wheels. It's a little bit more challenging. I think it's a better workout for them. And then the other one is it's from the company Free Runner, and that one I just got in November, and they seem to really like it. At first they didn't use it at all because it was different and they liked their custom choice cruiser, but now I've seen them go back and forth between the two, so I know they like both. But I like having two different options for them. And then that way, if one of them wants to be running on the wheel, they don't have to wait for the other, they don't have to wait their turn. Two of them can be, I know, she wants to bite me. She's my most bonded, but she hates getting her nails trimmed. Hates it. We're almost done, baby girl. Almost done, sweetheart. I used to hate doing nail trims so much. Like, it was so stressful for me. Now it's just like second nature because I've been doing it every 10 days for like a year and a half, Okay. All done, sweetheart. All done. I know. All done, baby girl. All done. Yeah. All done. I know. See, I just don't like that, Mama. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Here you go. Yeah, oh, I know. You're just starving to death because Mama doesn't feed you anything, huh? I don't give you special treats in the morning or at night or before Balky is up or before I let Balky in the cage. I know, I just don't have anything for you. You're just so deprived. You're not spoiled at all. I know. I'm just neglectful practically. Okay, let's see. This scarf, I cannot tell you 100% for sure, but I think I got it from AbFab Pet. AbFab Pet on Facebook, Hope Kerr. I'm pretty sure that's where I got this scarf. I have two. I really, really like them. I like the length. It's not as good as far as them being by your heart because they are so long, but I kind of like having mine in my lap. I also like that you can kind of wear it like this. I'm going to give her some avocado while I have her out, since clearly we need to work on your weight gain, miss. Give her a couple more mealies in. I have corn and avocado in here. Okay, let's see. I know. I'm so happy for you. And then Balky bites my finger. You little stinker. Oh, wow. I'm all caught up on questions. Cool. Okay, guys. I'm going to give her some treats. And then I have Pika. So if you guys have any other questions, please let me know. Let me clean out the pouch of the poop. Pika has been like, well, I guess she fluctuates a little bit too. The girls have lost a tiny bit of weight recently as well. I think that's probably to be expected, switching to a new diet. But hopefully we'll be able to even that out shortly. I'm so stoked that he's lost weight. So excited. We'll keep doing that and we'll get him down to a more normal weight for him. He's actually not at an unhealthy weight. He's still technically at a healthy weight for his age or for his gender. So males can be 100 to 160 grams and still be considered healthy. Females are supposed to be 80 to 130, and my females are both in the 70s. So we're trying to increase that and then get his, and now he's right in that middle range. So I'm happy with that. I didn't want him to be consistently gaining. That's not, if it's like fluctuates up and down by a couple grams each weigh-in, like that's totally fine. I don't need him to be skinny by any means, but I just don't want him to consistently gain. I've already had one obese glider, and it's sad because they don't exercise as much, they're not as active, they start over grooming because they're like bored and depressed. It's not fun. So I didn't want him to do that. I would say that weighing your gliders every time you do a nail trim is the best thing that I've done for my gliders in a really long time. I never did weigh my gliders before. I started weighing them when Natiri died, and not because that had anything to do with her death, but that just happened to be about when I did. I got the idea from Alex in Wonderland. She mentioned that she does weigh-ins on her gliders every time she does a nail trim. I was like, that is genius. Like, why have I not thought about doing that? I knew I needed to do regular weigh-ins, but I just needed like a system, And so this has been great. So, yeah. Tips for clipping nails for a not so bonded glider. So I have a video that is me trimming Pika's nails when I've had her for about a week, and she was super not bonded, super nervous, and super aggressive. And it's me doing the same technique that I'm doing right now, but I show you close up how I do it with her, and I did not get bit. The only reason why I got bit with Balky is because I wasn't paying attention. I was celebrating and talking to you guys. So I would really suggest looking at that video. Do you put your pouches in the dryer? So I do, but I don't put so when I clean my fleece, I don't put the dryer sheets in there, and I don't dry it all the way. So I do like a damp dry, and then I lay them out to finish drying. Because you do a video on the different sounds they make. Yeah, Alex in Wonderland has a great video on that. But I do plan to do something like that in the future. I actually need people to send me some sounds, because one of the sounds is like a Joey call that like mommies make to their babies, and I don't have that, or like a Joey like crying for its mom. I don't have that. Different things like that. But yeah, I do plan to make one of those someday. Is there a proper way to wear a pouch? Mesh side towards your body or facing outward? Does it matter? I always feel like mesh side towards your body is better because the idea of wearing the pouch is that they smell you and they can hear your heartbeat and they can hear your voice. So if you have the mesh side towards your body, that's going to be even more of a direct smell, you know? That's just I don't know if there's a right or wrong way, that's just what I've always thought. Alex is awesome, I love her videos as well. Yes, she is. How do you feel about the wheels with sandpaper to trim their nails instead of clipping? So I cannot say this is true for every single glider, but what I have heard pretty consistently is that the nail trimming tracks only prolong the time between nail trims. It does not replace the need for nail trims. Now, I think that there could be an exception to that, like maybe if there's a glider that is an avid runner on that wheel and they are just going so much and so hard and for so long every night that it does effectively trim their nails. But I think for 99% of gliders, that's not an effective, exclusive form of trimming their nails. You need to trim them, and then that might be able to prolong the need, you know, in between trims. Plus, the most popular one that people use that has a nail trimming track is from Exotic Nutrition, and I personally don't like that wheel. So, yeah, but there are inserts on some of the other wheels that people have used, and I've never used one personally, but do I know any good breeders in the US? So the only breeder that I personally am probably going to ever really recommend is my friend Lisa. She runs a Facebook group that's called Western Canada Sugar Gliders. Now I know you said US. She does live in Canada, but she does sell gliders to people in the US. So Lisa Newman is her name. She is who I will be getting my glider Joeys from eventually when I get more. My friend Noelle just got a glider from her, and I went over to her house and I held that baby, and that was the sweetest glider. Not because her natural temperament is crazy sweet, because she's actually kind of a diva. She's very crabby, but the glider fell asleep in my hand. Now I know that they're Joeys, so obviously she may grow out of that a little bit, but Lisa really handles her babies a lot. She breeds for temperament. I know her personally. She's a super good resource on all kinds of glider information. She's very, very knowledgeable. She's very, very personable, and she has a small breeding program, so she really cares a lot about each individual glider. So that's who I would recommend. There's lots of good breeders out there though, but as far as like who I'm going to personally recommend, she's probably going to be the only breeder that I will. I got these guys from Carolina Sugar Gliders, and I don't have any complaints about them. I love my gliders. Pika was a rehome, so I didn't get her from Carolina Sugar Gliders. But Natiri and Celaluna and Balky all came from Carolina Sugar Gliders, and they did the air shipping. You want to go back to bed? Go back to the night? Have you had your fullest of your snacks? Okay. I do think though, I think Lisa might offer a little bit more support than Carolina Sugar Gliders. Carolina Sugar Gliders, like I said, I have no complaints. Every question I've ever had for them, they've answered. I know Lisa personally, and I don't know the people from Carolina Sugar Gliders. The Carolina Sugar Gliders people though, it's like a married couple, and one of them is an exotic vet. So it's a great resource. They're a great company. I have nothing bad to say about them at all. But it's hard not to recommend the person that you personally know and you're friends with. You know what I mean? Okay. Thank you. I'm glad that I'm live too. I have a sugar glider couple, and they fight all the time when they're awake at night. However, they sleep in the same pouch and they groom each other without fighting. Help. When you say fighting, What do you mean? Because gliders do fight in a couple different ways. One of them is really violent and dangerous, and that's called balling up, where they actually attack each other. They actually form kind of a ball and they roll around and they're biting and they're trying to really hurt each other. Then there's the fighting where they kind of fight over space in the pouch or fight over food, where they're like tss, 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 and they kind of like get in this little squabbles, but they don't actually injure each other. So there's two different things. If it's just the second one, that's not a big deal. If it's the first one, they need to be separated and you need to do scent swapping and then try again later. If the boy's not neutered, that also can have him be more aggressive, and so neutering the boy would help in that situation as well. I was seeing videos about pregnant gliders and their baby falls out of the pouch, and I was so scared they were going to die. Yeah. Breeding is not for the faint of heart. Who's at the door? Oh, okay.
Hi. Is your mom here?
Yeah, I'm doing a YouTube live, Dad, but do you need something?
Yeah, do you have a paint roller?
Ooh.
The cage, you know, no, I don't need the pad, but.
I don't know, I don't think we do. Last time I painted a wall in our room, I just used a brush.
Oh, okay. I took the roller home.
Oh.
And I took the cage home and I brought the roller back.
Oh, without the cage.
So
Well, just use your hand. Stick it on your fingers and just roll it up and down the wall.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. That was a lot of help.
Yeah.
My dad's working on my neighbor's house. He's a contractor. Anyway, okay, let's see. Thanks for joining, Cindy. Talk to you later. What's the name of Lisa's Facebook page? Oh yeah, okay. So Lisa Newman's Facebook page is called Western Canada Sugar Gliders. I am telling her she needs to do a different name. So that probably will change eventually. But right now it's Western Canada Sugar Gliders. Okay, perfect. I am going to trim Pika's nails now. She's my last one. Then I will probably get going because I need to put tonight's pizza in a movie night. I need to get my pizzas going. Where's the Pika girl? They're so much harder to get out of the pouch when their nails need trimmed. Here's a Pika girl. Isn't she going to be such a sweet baby? She's going to be such a sweet baby. She's still nervous and neurotic, and she still crabs from the pouch, and she's still not a big fan of my husband, but she is a sweet little girl. I love her. Oh, good. She hasn't lost weight. That's good, Pika. That's a good Pika's girl. Is that a good Pika's girl? Let's give you some mealies when I do your nails. Yes, you're not even crabbing. You're such a nice girl. Yes, you're such a nice girl. Sorry I'm quiet, guys. I just try to focus when I'm doing these nails. Yeah, I know, we're almost done. I got your back legs already. I got your back legs already, and we're almost done. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, the first probably 2 years of me having gliders, I only trimmed their nails maybe 3 times. And could not for the life of me get the hang of it, and just made every excuse in the book for why I didn't need to do it. And one of my gliders ended up getting an abscess from a scratch that was probably caused by their nails being too long. And I immediately was like, okay, that's it. I am not letting my gliders get injured because I am not doing what I need to be doing. So I forced myself to trim their nails every week or 10 days, and I have been doing that for a year and a half now. And now it's like second nature, it's no big deal. Just have some snacks, it's okay. You don't need to be nervous, that's a good girl. Yeah, you just have some snacks, okay? Alright, let's see. Yeah, so talking about the gliders fighting, it could definitely be because he's trying to mate with her and she doesn't want to. I would absolutely get him neutered if he's not neutered. If he's neutered, then it's probably not because of that. They do still have sex, but they're not nearly as aggressive. What? You don't want to stand there and eat? Do you just feel too exposed right here? You don't want to just stand there and eat? Gosh, you're so sweet. Should I just feed you by hand because you're just that spoiled? You're just that spoiled? Look at how much better she's doing, you guys. What? You don't want corn? You want wheelies? Corn is one of your favorite things. Oh. Do you just want wheelies? But corn is one of your favorites. Huh? I can get you some more mealies. I'll give you some more. Hold on, don't run off. Look at that big thing of mealies. Whoa. That's the mother load right there. Do I have to give it to you with my fingers? Look at that big wiggly one. Here you go. Yeah. You just want to sit in the treat dish while I give them to you with my hands? Are you just turning into a spoiled little girl? Are you just turning into a spoiled little girl? You would not believe this is the same glider that I got last summer. She was a rehome and she was petrified all the time. She's still a nervous glider, but she has come so far in our bonding. She doesn't really go on my head as much anymore because she's more trusting of me. That's the other thing that's been great about this BML, because she loves corn, so I can hand feed her the corn that she's supposed to have each night, and that's really helping our bonding a lot. So, anyway. Only 5 months till you get suggies? Shuggies? Yay! That's so exciting. The countdown. Do you feed all the BML fruit and veggies each night, or a few of them rotating so that they have something different each night? Yeah, so I'm trying to do a variety. So what I have done is I have these ice cube trays, and I take, I guess I could show you. Hold on. Okay, so I have to come up with a good way of explaining this because I feel like it's not clear in my brain. I mean, it's clear in my brain, like for me, but to explain it is a little confusing still. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Sorry, you guys. Sorry. Sorry, I hope I wasn't frozen for too long. I'm so sorry. Okay, so you had asked about if I feed all the BML stuff each night or if I change it up for variety. I change it up for variety. So I still use these little silicone ice cube trays with the covers so I can stack them. And I will take, you know, some of the BML fruit and the BML veggies and I chop them up really small. The ones that are, the veggies already come kind of already pre-chopped except for the green beans, I chop them up. And then I do the same thing with the fruit, but like one of these little things might have like apple, watermelon, and cantaloupe, and then one of them might have like cherries, blueberries, and apple. You know, so I do have a variety. So like you can see when you look in these trays that there's quite a bit of variety, even though, you know what I'm saying? So yes, I obviously only feed the ones that you're supposed to feed, but they do have a variety each night. And then the pieces that are like, a lot of the pieces I hide around the cage. Especially the peas and the corn, I have them forage for pretty much all of those. So I have spots all around the cage where I hide them. That seems to be so enriching, especially for the girls. I find that they're getting up earlier because they're getting in the hang of foraging now and they love it. Because before, Balky was in there and all of the food that I had hidden was all gone by the time, you know, all the treats that I had hidden. I wasn't doing very many. I would take like maybe one fish stick and break it up in a bunch of pieces and hide it around the cage. But by the time they got up, there was nothing for them to forage. So I found by doing this new system I've been doing where I take him out of the cage, have him do the runaround thing for like an hour and a half. He does it for like an hour and a half a night and he loves it. He is constantly going in that thing. And then while he's doing that, the girls get up and they forage and they get first dibs at the food, and then I put him back in the cage and it's working out really nicely. So these trays I got on Amazon. When I do my Amazon video, it's one of my favorite things. So I will have an Amazon affiliate link when I do that video. I should be posting that video this next week. So keep an eye out for that. They are my favorite trays. So the ice cube tray part is actually smaller than a standard tray, which is kind of nice because it unthaws faster and it has, you can more precise measurements, you know? So I really like it. I'm so confused on the fruits and vegetables calcium ratios, so mind explaining it a bit? Sure. So each diet is different. But BML, so the BML kibble that I feed is, so when you feed the normal BML recipe, there's like a liquid, kind of almost like ice cream consistency that you make that has the protein, it has the baby food, it has the, I've never made it personally, but it has a bunch of stuff in it. And then on the side, you have a variety of fruits and vegetables, but you can only do certain fruits and vegetables. And the reason for that is because the staple, which is the part that you scoop that's like ice cream, that's what this replaces. So this is equivalent to the scoopable ice cream type part of BML, okay? When you're feeding BML, you also have a certain amount of fruits and veggies you're supposed to feed alongside that recipe that you've mixed up. And those fruits and veggies are only from a specific list. And the reason why is because BML is a high calcium food recipe. And these fruits and veggies all have a high phosphorus ratio, I believe. Yes, okay. So the fruits and veggies are all high phosphorus that is on the BML list. The BML mixture is high calcium, right? So it offsets each other. That's why it's so important that you actually have the right ratio. You can't just say, oh, I'll do a scoop. Like if, say the BML recipe calls for a scoop of the ice cream mixture and 2 scoops, a certain measurement of the fruits and vegetables. And you say, well, my gliders really like the fruits and vegetables, so I'm going to do twice that much and not do as much of the other stuff. Like the ratio is what is really important, because gliders can have too much calcium, they can have too little calcium, they can have too much phosphorus, they can have too little phosphorus, they can have too much fiber, too little fiber, too much protein, too little protein. Like, so you really have to make sure that you're following the recipe exactly. So with the diet that I'm doing, which is the BML kibble, it's made by the exact same people. Bourbon that designed BML is the one that designed this. White Oak is just the distributor. And she's already calculated all of that. So 1 tablespoon of kibble for every 1 tablespoon of fruit and 1 tablespoon of veggies. And then once a week, you add yogurt to the mixture for the probiotics. So, yeah, I hope does that make sense? The ratio, the proportions is really, really important. So you can't just say, I'm going to feed, like, get a list of things that gliders can have and then just feed them whatever you want, because your ratios won't be right. I give mine Happy Glider and BML. Like Happy Glider pellets. Great. So we can choose any from that list as long as there is a variety. As far as the kibble BML, you mean? Is that what your question is? As far as the diet that I'm feeding, which is the BML kibble, is that what you're asking? If you can feed any of these as long as it's on the list? Is the kibble new? I've never heard of a staple that is dry food. Yes, it is new. I think it just came out. So the lady that is distributing it, I think she said she's been feeding her gliders for like 7 months. Obviously they've been, manufacturing it and like testing it and doing that for a long time, but I think it's only been on the market since like November. So it is new. Okay, so yeah, so your question is, can we choose any from the list as long as there is a variety? So yeah, so there's not very many vegetables. There's only 4 on the vegetable list. So each one of these little ice cube trays has most of the veggies. So like this one, let's just look at this one. This one has peas. I can see peas, corn, and I think that's it. And then cherries and like apples. Oh no, grapes, cherries, peas, and corn is in this little thing, right? And then this one over here has peas, carrots, corn, grapes, and green beans. So most nights they have all 4 of those veggies. I think all nights that I've given them all 4 of these veggies. Some nights there might be more green beans or more peas or more corn than other nights. Like it's not all split, a fourth of each. And then the fruits, I have all of them in my ice cube trays except I don't have honeydew, but I have apples, grapes, watermelon, cantaloupe, frozen pitted cherries, and blueberries. But like this one that I mixed up has cherries, blueberries, and apple, but it does not have the watermelon, cantaloupe, grapes, or honeydew, whatever. So each night I try to pick. So I don't know if that makes sense. Am I making sense? So basically, you don't want to say like, oh, I'll just do corn and apples. Like you want to give them a variety, because that's kind of not very nice to not give them a variety. Every glider has their own preferences, so you want to give them a variety. Like Pika loves corn. Actually, all of the gliders love corn, but Pika and Balky probably the most. And Balky seems to love the peas, but like they all have like their preferences. Like if I offered them peas and corn, they're all going to take the corn first. If I offer them peas and green beans, they're all going to take the peas first for the most part. They have like preferences. So I think offering a variety is really important. You don't want to just do the kibble with only apples. Like they need to have a variety. It's not hard to have a few of each of these things in each night and then kind of change it up. But I don't think it's important that you have every single piece of fruit in their staple every single night. But having all of those fruits and vegetables, since there's not that many on the list, in their diet in general, I think is important, but it doesn't have to be in their diet each and every night, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Oh boy. Today's not a clear mental day for me, I'm sorry. The BML isn't dry food that I give the older BML recipe. Yeah, so okay, and I know that some of you guys are just joining in as I'm doing this, but the BML kibble is just a new formulation. The BML recipe is still golden. Like if you feed BML, there's no reason that you have to change that. The BML kibble is just a new development, and that is the BML kibble replaces the ice cream scoop part of BML. It does not replace the fruits and veggies part of BML, if that makes sense. So you can also use this. It's a great, like if you feed BML and maybe you're going to go on a trip or whatever and you want to just get some of this kibble to substitute, to swap out your BML scooper, because it travels better, you don't have to worry about keeping it frozen or whatever, then that, or for like emergencies or whatever, but if you're just feeding BML, that's great. Like, there's no reason to change it. I'm just telling you what I am feeding. Okay, I'm definitely putting too much fruit and veggies in. They don't always eat everything, so they are not getting fat, but I keep wasting it. I give all of the fruits and veggies every night. Yeah, so I see this a lot where people, like they give, either they don't have the right ratio, where they have a ton of fruit and veggies and then only a little bit of the staple, or they do a ton of both and then they're throwing away a lot. And I personally, obviously you don't want your gliders to go hungry, so you don't want to starve them, but like you want them to have a little bit left over in their bowl in the morning, but not a ton, because then they're not eating balanced. Then they're getting full on the things they really like and not eating some of the other stuff, so then it's not balanced. So I think sticking with the ratios that are meant to be given for the diet, and then not overfeeding to where they're picking and choosing and then their diet's becoming unbalanced. If that makes sense? TPG is a little different because TPG is all kind of mixed together. But like with BML, where there's two parts, I think it's important that you stick with those ratios and then make sure you're not overfeeding to where they're filling up on only one part of it and not the other. Yes, you can choose to give a mixture like Kimberly is doing, or you can give one item from the list each night and rotate through the list. Some people who feed fresh choose to do that way. Totally. So yeah, like I said, if you want to, one night you do like one vegetable and one fruit with your BML, either kibble or the Scoopy, great. But then the next night, have a different vegetable and a different fruit, or every couple nights, so that it's a variety for them. You don't want to only ever feed apples. That would be kind of sad. Like you want them to be able to have a variety just for enrichment. I just got the TPG brunch. Is that good for them? I also feed TPG staple. Yeah, the TPG brunch, that's the kibble, is great. My gliders never really seem to be a big fan of the TPG brunch, but if your gliders will eat it, then great. And that is meant to go with the TPG staples, so that's good. Apple, beans, cantaloupe, peas, cherries, carrots, for example. Yes. Very good note, Lisa. Thank you. Oh no, I didn't think you meant anything bad, Randy. You're good. So if you only have one shuggie, how much do you feed per night? 1 tablespoon. I was giving a young male. It depends on the recipe, but each recipe should say, this much per glider. But if you were talking about exactly what I'm doing, it's saying 1 tablespoon kibble and 1 tablespoon vegetables and 1 tablespoon fruit. So you would start with that. See how much of it they eat. If they're only eating the fruit and they're not touching the kibble, then you need to modify that, maybe offer a little bit less of all of them, but in the same portions, so that they're forced to eat a little bit of everything, if that makes sense. They eat all the staple BML and just leave some of the fruit. Yeah, so, okay, well that's good, but remember the fruit balances out the calcium in the staple, so they're both important. So you want them to be eating them in the kind of, relatively the right proportions. I'm going to give you 2 subscribers, is that okay? I'm going to give you 2 subscribers. Is that okay? I'm not sure what you mean, but if you want to give me subscribers, that would be great. Who was in a cage that fell out of the back of a... What? I don't know what you're talking about. Is the 3 tablespoons for 2 gliders? No, it says 1 tablespoon kibble per glider if fed with fruits and vegetables, 1 tablespoon vegetables from the approved list per glider, and 1 tablespoon fruit from the approved list per glider. But keep in mind, all 3 of mine eat what it's saying for 1 glider. So it depends on your gliders. Some gliders have a bigger appetite than others. So you really, but that's the proportions. 1 tablespoon kibble to your 2 tablespoons of fruit and veggies. Oh, thank you for giving me subscribers. I don't know what you mean by that, but cool, thank you. All right, guys, any last questions before I go? Oh my gosh, the time has flown by. I do need to go though. So if you guys have any other questions, shoot them up real quick. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off. Oh, Lee. Okay, so you said I was given a young male who was in a cage that fell out of the back of a pickup truck. I got you. Your 2 comments got separated by quite a bit, so I didn't know what you were talking about. Oh, that's so sad. Kitty play games, you can feed your sugar gliders apples, but not just apples. They need to be on a staple diet, and if that diet allows for apples, then yes. But you can't just do apples. Yes. Hey, Lisa, are you still here? Balky lost weight. Balky is 135 grams now. Our little workout is working great. And I talked about you being my #1 breeder recommendation as well. I don't know when I'm going live next. I'm trying to do it once a week, but I never know when. It just kind of depends on when I have a break in the day. I love you too. He is doing great in the floor roll around thing, yes. He really seems to like it. Oh, yeah, oh no, the screen's frozen again. Oh no, hold on, people. Okay, I'm gonna unfreeze and then say goodbye. I'm sorry. Okay. Hi, I'm unfrozen and now I'm saying goodbye. Hi, bye. Thank you guys for joining in. That was really fun. I have a huge mess here on my table. That's okay. I love you too. Thanks for joining. Bye. You're welcome for the live. I'll talk to you guys. Hopefully I'll do another live next week, okay? You're welcome for the help. Yes, my Amazon video is going to be wonderful. I'm so excited about it. Yes, you'll have to watch the replay, Lisa. We had some fun. All right, remember if you're wanting to watch this on the replay, I take it down and then I post it back up again. So this live will be posted tomorrow for watching on the replay. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. I gotta go